Let's get that ES chart real quick. I need to take a picture of it. We're going to upload that. Cool. Melissa on Facebook went to Amsterdam and a couple other places. Her notes on Amsterdam were there was a lot of bicycles, which is really cool because when I went to Amsterdam several times, that's the first thing I noticed. Tons of bicycles. I went to the Van Gogh Museum. I don't know if she did that or not. She went to the house there. She said there was a lot of garbage on the streets. I do remember that as well. Yep. It is pretty dirty. I went way back in the day when they still had the Gilder. It was super cheap. I won't tell you why we went. Just kidding. It was fun though. It's a really good time. I enjoyed it. All right, I'm going to do the same thing here on NASDAQ. I'm just going to put some fibs on this range. And we're going to do the same thing here. This is going to be support. Support. This one here is going to be the 50, the golden pocket. I think that's too far away, dude. It's 200 points. I'll put it on the line in the sand. There we go. I like all these trendy edges down here. I'm actually going to come up a little bit right there. I really liked Amsterdam. I was a young airman. I was over at Lake and Heath in England. I was stationed at England, and we used to take ferries across, which is really cool. Take a tube down to London or up to London, or no, down to London, I believe. And then we would take the ferry over to France. I think it was actually Belgium. No, it was France. Then we go through Belgium, I believe. I'll put that there. I'm actually going to use that area. Just like that. There we go. Man, it looked like it was such an amazing day yesterday, but it barely moved. Isn't that crazy? Just these type of moves are enough for us to be so happy. Look at these little baby moves. Isn't that pretty wild? These are pretty small. I mean, they're big, but they're also big picture, not very big, you know? All right, let me come over here. Let me go up to the high. We got to change these bearish channels. I think we might have gotten past the bearish channels. Nope. So that's what I liked about this level here on the NASDAQ, guys. It hit the inside and down, and it hit the bearish channel. So that's what's going on there. Love it. We're going to leave it on the NASDAQ. Cool, cool, cool. Bullish GP. Oh my God, what is going on with these letters or these words? That's weird. I've never seen this before. Nice, William. Did you enjoy it? You lived there for that long? It's pretty cool. All right, SPX room. I almost got it all in there. This is the last piece to the puzzle, which is not bad. It's only 7:26. Usually I've been waking up around 5. This morning, guys, I slept in to about 6:15. I just was tired. It might be a little bit of also knowing that Mel is coming back in town, and it's been a crazy 2 weeks, man. That's for sure. It's not been easy, but some of it has been, some of it hasn't. Ashley has been really sick. And I don't know if maybe that's where my little clearing of the throat is coming from or whatever, but she really has for the last 2 days. She's been really not feeling well. A little worried about her. I was like, go to the hospital, man. She's trying to self-medicate herself. But all right, guys. So this has been fun. It's been July 26th. First of all, good morning, everybody. Happy end of July, right? Happy end of July. Are we happy to just say goodbye to July? I think we are finito. We are finito. Is that how you say it? Is it finito? I got my hat on backwards. I am I am Rally John this morning, and I am representing Dolly. Dolly Parton. That's what I'm wearing today. Come on, Dolly. Not the Dalai Lama, but Dolly Parton. Did she say anything about the fires? I don't know. I haven't read every post. I'm actually not a huge Facebook person, but I did when I woke up this morning. I scrolled for a minute, and she. I noticed she went to Amsterdam. She should be on her way back. She said she was on the boat for 2 days, and it was a nice float. She had amazing food, and then got there, and she just said that it was a lot of bicycles and it was trashy. Yeah. So I got my rally. You love Dolly? Yeah. Dolly's worshipped here in Tennessee. Oh, show. She even came out with her own little food line. It's like Dolly cheesecake. It wasn't as big as I thought it would be. Just kidding. It was pretty big. Yeah. Dolly the sheep. So long. Farewell. Goodbye. See you later. Where is everybody at? Did I just do a terrible job in the last 2 weeks and everybody just quit? Is that what happened? Is everybody on summer vacation? Where is everybody? Like 5 people say, actually, there's a lot more than 5 of you guys, but pretty quiet. Did everybody get worn out from the market, man? I'm looking at the numbers. I'm telling you guys right now, the numbers have been really low. Um, but summer is usually like that. People take a break, they get away, they go on vacation like Mel's doing. And you guys think I'm joking. When Mel comes back, I'm gonna be like, hey, do you want to do this 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off kind of thing? Or maybe 1 week. I mean, 2 weeks is kind of a long time. 1 week on, 1 week off. And that way we can travel and market and do our thing. That would be kind of cool. I'm just saying. That might be an idea. At least for the summer months, you know, unless we're on vacation. So anyways, let's get started, guys. I'm thankful that we've had that we wake up every day. That's always a blessing. I'm thankful for everything, and I think that we should show tons of gratitude and just be happy that we're here. I feel like I always say like the depressing stuff about trading. I was kind of joking this morning about, um, you know, it it's very, the things I said are true. Trading can be very, very difficult. And I've actually gone through a lot of heartache in trading. Very depressing, to be honest with you. Many of my years trading was very difficult. I wanted to give up. And I just strived. And it's one of those things. It's just like life. What you put in is what you're going to get out of it. So, here I am today being able to teach you guys a process that I developed. And I'm very proud of that. I didn't create supply and demand. Supply and demand has been around for a long time. There have been people that created supply and demand before me. What I did with supply and demand is that I actually taught myself how to teach people in a manner that can make or resonate with them. That's what I did, and that actually took me many years to do that, believe it or not. In the beginning, I used to find zones and just be like, "Hey, let's go long here. Hey, let's go short here," and that didn't work out. So I had to start thinking like the bigger money and try to put myself in their shoes, and that's why I bring it up every single morning, is because you have to think that way. For example, you may be thinking, why are we pulling back this morning? Well, we hit the inside and down and we had a big candle that pushed out of it, right? So it doesn't need to be any more. Some of you guys, and I mean this in a good way, and take it how you want. Some of you guys are really into data, right? You really gotta like listen to news. I mean, I should say data as in that. Like you really need to understand why, because that's the way that we've been taught our entire lives. But I promise you that the simplicity is more mind blowing than all this other time that you spend trying to figure out things. Like just understanding where an inside and down candle is with a big volume candle coming out of it and then seeing price reject there is much more like mind blowing in my opinion than anything else, because I always say that the zone comes before the news, or did the zone come from the news, right? You'd have to go back and annotate on each one of these. So what I mean is this inside and down formation that's on the Nasdaq futures over here, you would have to go back to this day, which was Sunday, right, and figure out like what was dropped. It probably was a news catalyst, right, and it scared people, and it pushed prices down into supply, or sorry, into demand, right? And then you got to figure out, okay, was it good news that came into the demand zone? The thing is that we're using supply and demand zones from the past. And sometimes I hear people say, even here at Simpler, not the moderators and stuff, but some people that are subscribers here in different rooms, that like, oh, that's not going to work. Like that was from a long time ago. Do you really think there's orders there? And I really do. I believe that orders sit there from institutions, and institutions like to buy things cheaper. That's not a bad thing. Like if I were to think of what an institution is, it's like 100 of my wife. There's 100 little Ashleys sitting over there being greedy, and they're not going to buy stuff for, for retail prices. They're looking for wholesale prices. That's my wife, man. She's through and through. She's the kind of girl that goes to, if it, the highest dollar place I've seen my wife shop is Nordstrom's, at the Nordstrom's rack, right? And that's been twice in our life. I'm the one that spoils her. So, like, for example, I bought her some really nice shoes for our anniversary and her birthday. And when I say nice shoes, they're like really nice. They're like the price of a car. And I'm like, to me, that's absolutely wild. But that's what institutions do. They don't buy things at retail prices, they're greedy. And you got to start thinking greedy. You don't need to be thinking, oh my God, price is going down. You should be optimistic. You should be thinking, hell yeah, right? So, like on Apple, as it's moving down, scaling into a position, whether I'm right or wrong today doesn't define me, doesn't tell me if like I'm going to be right or not. It means that I'm trying to buy things on a cheaper discount. Okay. So now that we understand, and if you're still not there, um, understanding supply and demand, watch our class. So if you guys are new and you decided, hey, I like it here, and you have not watched the class, purchase the class. Me and Mel sat down for 4 hours. We taught this. We have different ways of identifying zones. There's the modern and the classic. There's all these like little things that you may not know that you need to know. Okay. Itinerary wise, Mel and I, she doesn't even know, right? I haven't even talked to her yet, but we are going to do well, she has an idea, but we're doing a webinar September 23rd. September 23rd, and I like to do this, guys. Um, Thank you. I appreciate it, Burns. The evolution class, yes. Yep, that one. And it was super thorough. I want to make sure that I'm always upfront. Like, I don't know if this hurts me or if it doesn't. I'm just gonna tell you like it is. We as head like traders here twice a year typically will do a webinar, and the point is that we come up with, we have new material, we have stuff you can't find on YouTube. Um, and we are going to bring you into a webinar. We're going to show you our trades. We're going to tell you how we trade. And so for you guys that are in the community, you've heard it before. A lot of you support us and you come out, and I super appreciate that. For me, this is a really big one. We created a new indicator. So when you come out in September, not only are we going to hold another class, but we're also going to offer the new indicator, which I think is awesome. And it really, like, it's a great compliment to Mel's first class. Okay. We're going to change it up a little bit, but we're also going to offer the indicator. And that's a big deal to me because Trendy doesn't typically make new indicators. If you don't know the history, I've had the Trendy edges, the same levels, the PMZ, all of it's been absolutely the same since I started. Before Simpler found me, when I was running my own business, I've never changed a thing. And I still haven't changed anything. But now we have a indicator, and I think that's a big, big deal. I think it's a really big deal. And I won't be in the habit of making a lot of new indicators because supply and demand is like the key to my trading, right? So it doesn't change. It's always going to look the same. All right. So I want to be upfront with you guys. So that's going to be on September 23rd. You guys will come out, support us. It's right around the corner. If you ask me, it's almost 2 months, but still, I will ask Simpler for anybody that's like, hey, I want the indicator now. Maybe we can have some kind of early bird special. Personally, I would like just to, once they approve it, just offer it to you, and you guys can pay for it and buy it as soon as you want. Um, just because, and maybe we could do some kind of early bird, but I can't promise that. I don't make those rules, but I will ask. Okay. Anyways, let's move on to today. And the reason why I'm not putting a whole lot of emphasis on the charts this morning is because really the market's done what it was supposed to do. The market actually moved from the weekly demand zone and pushed all the way up into this 4-hour supply zone. Okay. So for my SPX traders, we're going to start with let me get this thing out of the way. We're going to start here with a chart that belongs to SPX. All right. So here's the SPX chart. Everybody can see that. And you can see we had this huge candle yesterday, and it was followed up by the night, really. The night pushed us up all the way into here. My only regret is not going short first thing this morning. I said I was going to go short. I woke up, looked at the levels, and was like, let's just go short, and I'll put the stop in at the top. But I said to myself, I want to trade in front of the room. So sometimes I do that and I miss out on opportunities, but that's okay. It's all good. Like, I'm not mad, but I should have shorted the supply zone. I would have already made my money for today and I'd be finished before the bell even rings. I think that was the easier trade, if you will. All right. Now, when I look at this, again, I'm not into shapes, but I always bring them up if I see them. To me, this looks like an inverted head and shoulders. And in order for it to be, price might dip down a little bit more and then give us an opportunity to buy. And then we come back up and test this area. Okay. Whether that's on a 30-minute today or whether it's over the next several days, I don't know. But this is a daily look at the SPX. Okay. On the weekly, this is the funny part that I was bringing up yesterday. And what price are we at? 74.54. We got to remind Mel when she gets here that Melissa left 2 weeks ago right here. All right. Does everybody see what has happened here? SPX room. Do you see what has happened here on SPX? What has happened? This is 2 weeks ago when Melissa left. This is today. It's like hot tub time machine, man. Nothing's happened. It's wild, right? Like she left and price stayed here just for her. Just for her. It just stayed there. Melissa didn't miss a damn thing, guys. She didn't. And I think that's amazing. She got to go on her trip. That's the kind of market this is. She got to go on her trip thousands of miles away, see several different countries, and the SPX said, "I'm going to wait for you, Melissa. I'm going to be right here, right where we were before you left." For us, that's bullshit. That's annoying. But for Melissa, I'm very happy that she gets to come back and price is right at the same place. It's going to be funny to tell her that. So here we are. We're just sitting here at the same exact price. We had 2 weeks down. We actually had 3 weeks down into a demand zone. This is a beautiful wick. All right. Now, typically when we have a flush low, it's a good sign. It means liquidity was taken out. Now the market's kind of taken out the weak hands, the paper hands, right? Bruce Lee, right? These are strong hands. We hold, right? And here, a lot of times when you have a wick low or a flush low, the market will typically come back a little bit more and start to give you the PTSD that I talked about yesterday. And then it will bid back up and then we'll have this rounding bottom. So this could be fun, but me personally, because I'm not big into news, the catalyst, things like that, I really don't know what's going on out there that's kind of shaking up, um, what's shaking up the market and what catalyst would actually make the market go back up. We're getting through our big names and stuff like that. And it's like the music is now dying, it feels like. So I don't know. We'll see. All right. Anyways, that is SPX on the bigger picture. We're going to go into the smaller picture because sometimes there's hope on the smaller picture. And at the moment for a 4 hour, we have created inside and down. And if you look at your notes this morning, SPX room on the little AI generated thing that I did, it's basically, it's this supply zone is real until we can get above 74.80. If buyers do show up and we're back above here, then I think that we can actually try to move towards 7,500. Now, are there any catalysts today that would actually make us go back up towards last night's highs? I don't know, but it's really frustrating and makes me want to take off immediately that we were up at 7,517 and now we've come all the way down to 7,480. Like, that's crazy to me. It's just like, for what? Why? Because there's a supply zone, John. Yeah, I know, but still, sometimes I wish my supply zones didn't work, you know. But here we are, and I have trigger longs for you, and I'm simply using Fibonacci today. And I anchored the low from here to the high, and this is 23, 38.2, the 50, the 618. Okay. Each one of these lines are just a line, they're not a zone. They're just lines, and I'm looking for confirmation at those levels. As a reminder, you can once we turn this on to a 3-minute, okay, or whatever you like to confirm on, Now we have the indicator, the beta indicator on TradingView. We also have um, the PMZ, but you need to be on a 5-minute or a 1-minute. Okay, so there's the PMZ, and we have the confirmation process. So it's all right here, big bold letters. I moved it over to the right hand side. I got to send you that stuff over, Lorna. So it's on the right hand side. You can move this around. You can put it on the lower right, the lower left, whatever. It's all there. And the only thing I need to do just real quick. Yeah, it says it's on large. For some reason, my text down here seems really small to me. Maybe my eyes are really bad. Sometimes my eyes like go in and out. And they get really bad, and I have a hard time seeing. But I feel like these are really small compared to what they should be. But anyways, it's all right here. So when I have a level on the chart, now we can just wait for price to get there, right? And then we simply look for the process to develop, okay? The confirmation process, all right? So this is what we got going on right now on SPX. It's really simple. Just wait for the levels, look to see if we get confirmation, okay? And then we take a trade if we like the risk, okay? The next thing that we want to look at is we're going to pull up what I had on there earlier. We'll just look at NASDAQ, same thing, same print. We have a high and a low. I threw some Fibonacci's on there. We got some levels. Wait for price to get to levels. Try to take a shot, okay? ES futures, same thing, same exact levels. Took that swing low to swing high. We hit a supply zone. We're pulling back. People that aren't supply and demand traders are trying to figure out this morning, oh, why they do this. I told you why. Warsh didn't comb his hair to the right, or he said this, or his wife does that, and the POTUS said this, and yada yada yada. We hit a supply zone, folks. We pulled back. Supply and demand. People don't want to buy your product at 7,511. They want to buy it lower. So today we are looking for prices to potentially come into 73 by 47. That is also confluent with the 4-hour cloud. I like 4 hours. It really helps me. That's where, in my opinion, trend starts over the cloud. Okay. So, for example, yesterday I told you we were anticipating an inside and up. Guys, we got it. We got it, baby. Right? It pushed up, it made it all the way to supply. And this is our demand zone now. So, yesterday was like, hey, guys, we're anticipating, and that's my edge that I teach people. We don't wait for formations to happen. We're looking at anticipating in the right kind of market, right? So we anticipated, and now we can confirm that they did create a demand zone down there. Okay. Now we could take these timeframes a little bit lower and look for confluence. So let's do that just for a few minutes. So we're going to look at the 2-hour. And when I look at the 2-hour, I'm looking for anything I didn't see on a 4-hour. Yesterday was just a really, really nice rally that just kept going up. So we really don't have a lot of pivots. Okay. So we're going to keep going here. I'm going to go to like a 30-minute. All right, so we do have an inside and up formation down here at my first support line. I didn't know that. And look at this. The second support line is at an inside and up formation. Look at that. This is why Fibonacci placement is really important in supply and demand, because I do teach a different way to place your fibs. And when you place them like I teach, you are more confluent with your fib levels, okay? So pretty neat. All right, so I need to stand up for a few minutes. Let's just stand up so we can show off Dolly. What's up, Dolly? There we go. There we go. Hey, morning, Susie. What's up? Susie Q, baby, I love you. You like that song? All right, guys. So we hit supply zones. We hit supply zones, which is, we're not in for a shock, right? This is what's supposed to happen as market comes down from a supply zone, but we do have levels where we're looking at buyers today. So I like to see, well, the first thing I would like to see was the liquidity chop on the ES work, but it didn't. We're going to change those up since I did put them on super early. What's up, Debbie? Good morning. Good morning. We're going to come down here and we're going to actually put this, let's just put it at the trendy edge. That makes sense right there. And I'm going to throw some fibs on the swing high to the swing low. And we're going to put this liquidity chop. We're going to move this down to 74.97. Yeah, let's put it on the 50 right there. All right. Now, if this is truly going to be, sort of a leg down, if you will, even further, then now we have a new short setup around 74.96. So when price goes up to that 74.96 there, I'd be looking to see if we can short it. Okay. So if it goes back up to 74.96, we can look to short it. And perhaps, if yesterday was just a fluke, this market, man, is just giving back everything one day, taking it back, and then giving it to you. It's kind of weird. But I don't, my SPX is still showing we're up 100%. We were up like 300% this morning. Now I feel like we're too far away to be up 100%. This doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, we're down there. Look for it to bounce here off the trendy edge. The liquidity chop are levels that I teach people to think like the bigger money. So I want you to pretend that you're sitting at those liquidity chops. And what you're doing is you're taking people's stops. So we're going to liquidate people at those levels. So again, if we push up to the upper level, we're most likely going to have like a retrace. When I say retrace, just 5 to 7 points or so. And then to the downside here, we hit that trendy edge. We should be able to hit that edge, then push back up. And what we're doing is we're taking people's stops and then we're making them chase us. All right. So that's what's happening there. If for some reason we drop below that liquidity chop, again, support is at 74.73. Look for your confirmation process. Okay. Look for your confirmation process at that level that Mel taught you guys. Down further at 7,447, 7,450, same thing. Look for buyers there. And then we have the bullish golden profit, which is that gold zone right there, 7,428. Now, these are all buy levels. And the reason why I think these are important is because, like, for me, I've already told you, it is Friday. Don't lose your ass on a Friday. And I don't want to be in front of the screens all day. All right. What I would like to do is one, I hope the marina calls me and lets me know that I got a bow shade put on because it's so damn hot here. So I got a bow shade put on and I need to pick it up at some point when they reach out to me. And then my daughter, I need to take her to the base out here to get her ID because at FSU military ID kind of helps her with like payments and stuff like that. So I have errands to run. And what I love about our levels here that we teach is they work really well. And when they don't work, that's okay too. But I can do what's called set and forget trades. So I can go out into the market and put bracket orders at my levels. And I actually can do long setups and short setups while I'm gone. And I don't have to do a damn thing. And I teach that in the room. I literally just place them there. All right. And that's cool. That's all we have to do. So the ES futures chart is really straightforward this morning. I'm going to take you into a higher time frame. Once again, for anybody here in the showcase room that doesn't know what the blueprint looks like, this is your blueprint. I learned many years ago, I don't care what data you have, what you're reading, these blueprints will smoke them. They will. I'm very convicted in that. All you need to understand is where supply and demand is. Okay. You need to know how to execute, and that's it. All right. I said yesterday on the call, and I meant it. The thing that changed my life in trading was when I started executing. Because what I realized is that I was educating and teaching, and I was scared at times. It's like, well, if I take this trade in front of 500 people, they're all going to give me a hard time. Hi, Breeze. What's up, buddy? Yeah, he got fixed the other day. We finally took his bandage off. All right, go outside. But what I learned was I was educating and talking a lot. And I could tell you, like, on your side, it's okay to talk sometimes. I love preaching and talking about trading, like the psychology of it. But what I've learned is a lot of people talk, but they don't do anything. Like, that's lame. Like, I'm not trying to pay for a service just to hear you talk. Like, I could turn on Fox. There's a million different things on YouTube I could watch. Like, I need to see trading, right? And so my job and my duty is to teach, but to also execute, right? To actually execute and show you the proof of concept. The proof of concept is everything I'm teaching you, I need to show you. It doesn't make any sense, right? Because then you're just paying for something you've never seen before, and that would be weird, right? So I got to show you. So that is the breakthrough. And some of you probably have a hard time executing because you lost yesterday or you lost last week. And fear and greed drive the market. And when price pushes up into supply, people are euphoric, greedy. They don't sell. And then they wake up the next morning and go, what the hell did I do? What was I thinking? When price pushes down into these zones on the bottom, into fear, not all of you, I'm talking in general, you bail. You get out of the way. You're scared. You let go of the longs that you had, and then you wake up like yesterday and you're up 127 points in the ES futures, and you're looking back like, why in the hell did I sell on Wednesday? And the only reason is because somebody convinced you that Warsh didn't know what he was talking about. Pay attention to levels. Execute your levels. Price is king. Everything else is just noise. And if you can learn to put all that stuff to the side, you will become a better trader. So for today, thou shalt not lose thy ass on a Friday, as John would say. I encourage you to try your best to trade and execute this morning for the first 30 to 90 minutes using these levels. You could trade along with us when we get started here in about 32 minutes. Or you could jot them down, see if they work for you. Okay. And I'll put them here in the showcase room. All right. That's the ES futures. We also have SPX, NASDAQ, all that fun stuff. I'm going to pull that up. But first, I'm going to talk about our trades that we took because I haven't looked at them in a little bit. So first on the agenda, we took Apple. We have Apple puts for today. They are trading at 308. We are deep in the money. My plan, and they expired today. My plan is to close them. Okay. On the call side, we bought further out debit calls that are super inexpensive and they're going to look like complete poop. But check this out. The puts made so much money, I don't care. Okay. So what we're going, and the reason why, hey guys, if you want to know the reason why we bought puts as far down as we did, and I was shocked that we really went down this far, but I'm not shocked, is because Apple is trying to retrace to demand. This was as plain as could see, man. I mean, it was beautiful. Like the zone that was below made a lot of sense that now we're here. And so I had a zone at 300.42 by 289. Now I did think that we would actually stall here, so I started to buy a couple shares here in this area. Okay. We did not stall. As you can see, we're sitting at 308. Now here's the interesting thing about today that I would tell you to to pay attention to. Have you noticed that Apple's been going up when the market's going down? Have you guys noticed that? Hopefully you've noticed that. It's been happening. Been happening a lot. Okay? It's been happening a lot. So, if Apple continues to move down towards my 300 level, is the ES and the NASDAQ going to bounce? If Apple makes it to 300, I'm going to buy a couple more shares. Okay, that's the plan. I'm going to sell my puts on the open. Okay. And then when we get to 300, if we're bouncing in the overall market, I'm going to be careful. That bounce could be coming to an end. I know it's kind of weird, but Apple has literally been doing the exact opposite. Okay. That's the plan on Apple. Now, the other plan is the calls, okay, because the market looks like this. This is what Apple actually looks like, okay? And you can see that by going to a 4-hour. The calls, the call debit spread, okay, the way that it looks on paper is we buy here and we sold here. And this is going to have done its job. So we're going to buy back this part and we're going to have a free call that's just sitting up here that is nothing but a lotto trade. Now you close out the whole thing. You made enough money. It doesn't matter. You can close out the whole thing. I don't see Apple coming back and getting to our call, even though we have like a couple weeks out. But I mean, if it's only like 20, 30, 40 cents, why not just keep it on and see if like, something big happens. You never know. I've seen stuff like this. I'm sure some of you veteran traders out there have seen things like this where they have a huge, like a name has a huge down day, and then like it comes down into demand. You probably didn't know that, but comes down into demand. Institutions buy it up, and then they release some sort of news catalyst the next 2 days or something. They're like, oh, by the way, like Apple is doing this, and then it shoots back up. That's what we call like a rainbow in the market. Not only did we make money on the downside, but then all of a sudden the short side of the calls we sold. Now we have these cheap lottos and and they're free, and the market, like, Apple just flies to the upside, guys. Okay. So that is the plan there on Apple. Now the next thing is we have Amazon calls. I know it's all luck. We have Amazon calls, and I was looking for 267. And the reason why I was looking for 267 is because we have an 85% probability once we get over 618 that we can hit the 88.7, and we are in the money here as well. So the plan here is to close, and I've already went over that. We paid for longer dated calls, shorter dated puts, but this will pay for the entire thing plus about $300, maybe $200. So take your money and run, because we still have a whole week. And if we hit my target and then we drop 20 bucks, you're going to be pissed off that you didn't take your money. Okay. Don't be greedy. The spreads are going to be kind of wild on the open. Like, if there's a $50 spread, get it a little bit under the mid, like go under the mid, because the spreads are hard to get out of sometimes when you're expecting lots of volatility and they just had earnings. Okay. So that is the plan there on Amazon and Apple for this morning. Okay. Moving on over, we're going to look at the Trade Flash. Trade Flash is important. It's free and it's part of Thinkorswim. And instead of looking at 50 other different things, I can actually just come over here and take a look at what's trending today. All right. So we have among early movers from earnings calendar last night. All right. We have a lot of different stuff on here. Like it's saying Apple's down. What a coin is down almost 5%. What else is going on? Among early movers to the upside, Amazon 11%, NXT, CDNA, Mohawk, I think, MHK, MTD. Yeah, you guys can read. Anyways, all of these things right here, just take a quick peek. If there's something that fancies you on here, boom, we could trade it. Now, the next setup, okay, some people don't trade into earnings, okay? Some people don't trade into earnings, and if you don't trade into earnings, what's very difficult, so you have an opportunity. You could trade into earnings, or you can wait until after earnings. And I would say the majority of people tell you to wait after earnings, and I'm here to tell you that is old school business. That's like 1970s trading. We don't do that anymore. Not in the trendy room. And the reason why I do that is because you have zero idea. Remember in the movie The Big Short? Zero. Zero, I tell you. You have zero idea if your trade is going to work during regular trading hours. Why in the world would you not try to take a trade into earnings? Well, it's earnings. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen on any given day, folks. The only thing that we can control is our risk. Yes, as Mark Douglas said, we line up our sevens in the market. That's the cool thing. We're not gamblers. We're lining up our sevens that match up with our process. So for me, it's price, demand zone, execute long, price, supply zone, execute short. That's my sevens. Then we look for the market to help us. But here's the thing, I don't know the outcome. All I know is my control of the stop, or I let things go to zero. It's okay. That's part of my process. And the more you realize that, the more you start thinking and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Now, I'm not talking about going into earnings and taking guesses. Like, hey, man, I went into the Apple store and nobody's buying iPhones. So I'm going to buy like a $250 put today. You know, that's a lotto. You're not using any of your process unless your process is, you get in the car and you drive around places, like you don't eat at McDonald's anymore. So you short McDonald's and it works. And you're like, I think I got a process here. Right. Some people might do that. So if you do that, I'm not making fun of you, but earnings is a catalyst that pushes price to supply and demand. It is a catalyst that pushes price to supply and demand. Wash is a catalyst that pushes price to supply and demand. POTUS is a catalyst that says something that pushes price to supply and demand. And I will prove that to you every single time because I am one of the only people I know of that trade into these catalysts and show you the results. It works. Okay. It's pretty neat. And if you don't know how to trade into earnings, again, I have a class that I taught and I teach it. The trading is just, you can trade into so many different things. You could trade futures at night. I love trading futures. You could trade into earnings. You could trade during the regular trading hours. But if you're the person that waited for earnings, I'm not mad at you. I got a plan for you. And I'm going to show you what that is real quick. So let's say that you wanted to trade Amazon today and you missed it. And you're the type of person that does get FOMO. We can all sit up here and say, hey, don't get FOMO, but we're only human, right? And when you look at one of your favorite stocks and you go, holy crap, man, I knew it. I knew it, but people told me not to buy into earnings and you didn't do it. Well, we have something that you can use. I have the PMZ. It's called the pre-market zone. And it pops up 5 minutes before the open. Okay. All you have to do is assess where your targets are, but I already had the entries and all that fun stuff. And honestly, now with our new indicator that's coming out in September, it's going to tell you exactly where to go long, what your targets are, and so forth. Okay. So I'm going to come over here and on a 5-minute chart, it's going to pop up 5 minutes before the open. Now, I use this along with the new indicator that's coming out in September almost every single day. And my win rate is above 90% on futures. Okay. It's not very difficult. I'm going to show you the process and then I'm going to be complete. I'm going to heat up my coffee and then I'll meet you guys back in the trendy room a few minutes before the open. The PMZ is going to pop up, whether it's red or green, doesn't matter to you. Okay. It's red or green. All right. There are two different ways to trade this, but the most important thing that I keep talking about is the risk that is associated with the trade. The top and the bottom make up the risk, okay? So say this is 100 right here, and this down here is 99.5, right? Your risk equals 0.5, okay? Now, this is really simple if you're trading equity. It's like, okay, like I could lose 50 cents, you know? That's it, 50 cents, right? On the shares. If you're trading options, use the delta. Let's say you're trading a 50 delta. That means you can lose up to 50 bucks for every dollar move that it goes against you. But it's only 50 cents of risk. That means you're only going to lose about $25. And now I understand my stop. One of the biggest things I didn't understand when I was trading with options is what is my damn risk? I had to wait for a moderator to tell me he got stopped out or she got stopped out. And then I would look at my PL and go, holy shit, that sucked. But if I had a process that I could rinse and repeat every single day where I understood the actual risk, then it makes me more courageous. And it takes a lot of courage to actually be able to hit the execution button that I keep telling you to do. But in order to be convicted to hit the conviction button and to hit the execution, you have to understand what your risk is. I could sit here all day and tell you I want a 3-to-1, I want a 5-to-1, I want a we all want that. The only thing that's true, the only thing that's absolute in trading is that your stop when it's hit is how much money you're going to lose, and you need to understand that. So I do have rewards associated with my trading, and it looks like this, right? We have that. Matter of fact, we just hit our reward right here. You made 5.25 points. If for some reason I would have gotten stopped out, I know how much money I would have lost. See this big thing right here that says 3.75? That's how much money I could lose. Now I feel like I am brave enough. I got a process. I know what it's doing. I take the trade. And if I'm stopped, I've already assessed whether or not I could still walk after I lose. This is called precision. It's called conviction. It's called execution, and it works really well. Okay. This is the new indicator that's coming out in September, and we use that in conjunction with everything that we do. So once you understand your risk, now we feel better, right? I hope so. We have two different ways of trading the PMZ. We have aggressive, and that's really simple. Soon as price breaks over, I'm long. Soon as price breaks over, I'm short. And the reason why a lot of times I'm aggressive is because this risk falls into my risk tolerance and I don't have time to wait. I'm just trying to make my money and run. Okay. Very simple. Let's say that we had gapped up, price is coming back down towards the top of the PMZ. As soon as it gets close or touches, I'm going long. That is aggressive. I'm looking for this to be a buy zone when I'm above it, and I'm looking for this reaction. What if it doesn't work? I get stopped out. I already understand my risk over here. Okay. On the short side, same thing. I go aggressively short here. I look for price to break down. Let's say that we've gapped down underneath the PMZ today. You wait for prices to come back up. As soon as they get close or touch, boom, I'm going short. That is an aggressive strategy, and I'm looking for it to break down. Conservative. No matter what, every single day you wake up, you're going to wait for the 5-minute candle to close. Let's say the 5-minute candle closes down here. You do not FOMO. You're going to do the same thing I just showed you, and you're going to be patient, and you're going to wait for price to come back. If it doesn't come back, you don't get a PMZ trade. That's simple. If it does come back, Soon as price gets here, you're going to be conservative. You're going to wait for prices to close because sometimes prices can go like this and close up here. And you're going to say to yourself, I'm very happy that I was conservative today because I would have got run over by that train. Okay. Same thing here on the upside. You're going to wait for a 5-minute candle close. Let's say this is the opening. Sorry, the opening, and we close here. Price comes back down. You're going to be super patient. As price is coming here, you're not going to be aggressive. You can be aggressive. You can mix it, conservative and aggressive. But in this scenario, I'm showing you conservative. You're going to wait for candles to close. Let's say that closes inside. I'm now going to go to a 1-minute candle. Now I go to a 1-minute candle. And then whichever side this becomes neutral, whichever side that a 1-minute candle closes on, I take that trade. So for example, 1 minute, 2-minute closes above, I'm long. Okay. 1 minute, 2-minute, 3-minute, 4-minute, I'm short. And that is the PMZ. This is a rinse and repeat process every single morning. I can wake up. Our members know exactly what the risk is when they take the trade. If they've been around long enough, they understand the process, and then we simply trade it. One thing that I was searching for my whole entire life was a rinse and repeat process. In my opinion, nothing comes close to this. It is the same way, and I've been doing the same thing for many, many years. Okay? Pretty wild. And the cool thing about the PMZ, it's at nighttime as well. So for my future traders, if you don't have a PMZ, and you can use this on equity and all that fun stuff, Forex and whatever, but if you're a futures trader and you don't have the PMZ, you're missing out. I come in every single day and show people how to make money within the first 30 to 90 minutes. And then I do stuff. Yeah, stuff like jump on my boat, go with my wife somewhere, take my daughters out, all those things. It affords me the opportunity to understand. And on the losing days using the PMZ, I already knew how much I was going to lose before I took the trade. Okay. Emil, how do I come up with a PMZ? That would be giving you the indicator information. And we've been selling this for over a decade. I can't do that. But it's from the pre market. It's pre market data within a certain time scope. That's what it is. Okay. All right. So over here in the showcase room, good luck to everybody today. I'm going to heat up my coffee. Have fun. I hope you make some money. Until I see you next time, have a good day. How did I come up with it? Come on. Goodness gracious. Anyways, yeah. Morning, all. Morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on? Let's see. What time is it? 8:20. I'm going to go heat up my coffee and then I'll be back. I told you I got my hat on backwards. I'm in a mood. I'm not trying to mess around, man. It's Friday, baby. I didn't even have tequila. I haven't even had tequila. Here in Florida, tequila starts at about 8:39 on the boat. Sorry. All right, I'm going to go heat this up. The institution hater cater. It's awesome, dude. Mm. Shep, I like that idea. I haven't had pho in a long time, man. I like that idea. So I'm gonna copy this real quick. I need to check. Kill. Hello. People. 8:26. Wait. See, my eyes are so bad. It's 8:28. Holy shit. What causes your sight to go bad on certain days, guys? Like, is there certain things like foods and stuff? Like some days, man, I wake up and it's so bad. No, I'm not tired at all. I promise. I am not tired. I actually get really good sleep. I'm actually pretty good. Monday through Thursday, usually I'm good. Last night I was really good, but it's just kind of strange. All right, we need to get this stuff ready though. Apple, we don't really need to rush to buy the callback. Move to group. Let's go to hedge. And then Amazon, we need to put the puts away. Oh, we could buy back the short side of the put on Amazon as well. Who do we want to do first, though? Probably Amazon, since Apple's down so much. It's 8:29. We got 11 seconds. We are, where are we? Oh man, my stomach hurts. All right, well, that is an aggressive strategy right there. Uh, okay. We paid $1.78. Is that right? What about the puts on Apple? Wait, what? Oh, I see. Move to group. Swing with equity. We're up 700%. Is that right? Yeah, so we kind of made our money here. Okay, and then I took the aggressive strategy on MES, guys. Right there. I took it right away. SPX, we're up 189%. I'm just gonna, what in the, ah, come on. All right, guys. I'm gonna close. If we kill it, cool. But I try to get 420 for our. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me pull up SPX room. I apologize sincerely. There we go. There's your PMZ numbers are right here. Right down here, Wendy. Sorry about that. All right, guys, we're coming up on target. Who followed along? Who followed along? That's $300 in the minis if you took it. The micros is all I grabbed. I was trying to sell shit. So let's go ahead. I'm going to flatten. Okay. And then we'll try again if we come back. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. You guys do what you want on that butterfly, but we made our money back. Oh my God. What a breakout. Holy moly's. Are you freaking kidding me? This is awesome. What a move. Run, Forrest. Yeah, I knew it wasn't, man. That's why I went for a CJC. I was like, I'm just going long, bro. It's Friday, man. We trying to get paid. Guys, we closed SPX for like how much percentage did we make there? Trendy trading, Amazon, boom. Apple, boom. Now I'm going to buy some more Apple shares. We're at target. I'm going to buy 10 shares. It could go down all the way to 287, just so you know. Just so you know. I don't mind buying a couple shares at Apple. It could go all the way down to 277. So let's buy just in case. Just in case, we'll buy a lotto on the put side. Holy moly, right up to target, folks. You are welcome. You are welcome. How many of you guys went with conservative this morning? Yeah, man. I threw you guys Amazon, Apple, Microsoft. All these were huge winners, guys. I've done my job. If only my boat wasn't at the marina. I do have a jet ski, though. I do have a jet ski. We could get on the jet ski real quick. I forgot I had a jet ski. I bought a boat and totally like have not been on the jet ski since I bought the boat. Hey, you mentioned that we had a signal to the downside. Did we? It's around 7 o'clock local time. Hmm. So hopefully you got to listen this morning. So we wanted to be long above 74.80, even though we were at a supply zone. I personally went long out of the PMZ. Holy moly. All right, now this would be a good time for it to kind of retrace and maybe Apple start going up. Nvidia's running? Shit. Don't make me happy. That would just be wild. Almost 200. Okay, so I should sell calls is what you're saying, right? When does Nvidia report, guys? In a month. Okay, that's right. So we're around 200. Let's see if we can go into, let's do next Friday the 7th. Do you really want to hurt? Oh, wrong account. Jesus, I almost did that in my copier. Holy moly. That would have been bad. Oh my God. All right, selling some cover calls there, 207.5 for next week. We have enough calls to the upside. Okay. This is where I want to see Apple go up. I just want to see. So we hit a supply zone, right? And then have it come down. And then we want to see if it. Yeah, so 75.15, the risk is quite high. SPX, I should be on a this is your PMZ. So I'm gonna annotate, put the PMZ here. Okay. Let's see, can we do a color? Background. Let's do like this. There we go. Okay. And we're just shit. Sorry. Dude, this keeps happening. What? Reload. There we go. This is the PMZ. Text PMZ. Hmm. All right, so that was a good sell so far. Good thing we know where a supply zone is, folks. News coming? No buy off PMZ news coming. Okay, Kevin, I got you. I got you. We need that red dot to take profits here. See, it was a little late. One more little push down. Come on. Give me down to 74.50. Give me 74.50. Okay, we just profited on our puts, automatic puts. All right, we hit that zone down there, guys. We're getting that pop. Train John, what a level, John. Just mad. 1,500 on SPX puts from that supply zone. Love it. Dude, awesome. Congratulations, man. Daniel, if you can hear me, I'm talking about that banner on our PMZ entry. All right, so right here, right at this level. Nice pop. Just watching. Nice pop. See the green zone down here, guys. A return to the PMZ, you can decide if you want to go aggressively short there. NVIDIA, our covered calls are already up 24%. We're going to go ahead and buy that back. Just a quick in and out. Quick win. Okay. SPX, we're going to try to get back up here towards 74.75 for an intraday trade. I think this is right here. So look for it. If you want the confirmation, look for the 3-minute. I'm going to go to a 3-minute now. Okay. This box, SPX room, this box is the PMZ. I'm going to put a text in there. Okay. We got to wait for the 3-minute confirmation. We're getting closer to the trigger long. Okay. Once we get down here, I might be looking at put credit spreads or a long back up to 74.50. I mean, we're at 74.50. That would be pretty lame if we stayed here all day. So Daniel, can you hear me, dude, on audio? I'm having a hard time managing until okay, cool. Real fast, what is the take profit on this T3? We're up 40% right now. How are we going to close this? I don't want this to go back to flat. Which is what? Sorry. Because we're right at the line in the sand here. This is, I mean, honestly, at this 90 EMA at the moment, on what? Because that's too far away, man. It's too far. If anything, it needs to be, it should be like maybe a trailing stop at this point. You know, it was a nice gain though. Nice gains. All right, guys. So I'm out of my puts on SPX here, and I probably regret it. But I also have an iron fly that I can make money if we keep dropping like this. So 100%. Remember, I changed it though, because okay. So real quick, Daniel, on an out of the money, that's going to take forever, dude, unless we have a really big win. So we're going to have to make sure that's a lot lower going that further out. I would do something like somewhere between 40 and 50%. Yeah. If you get to 100%, congratulations. Because I always take these things off too fast. All right, guys. So on that NVIDIA, I went ahead and covered. All right. And we're getting closer to the trigger long. So if you are short, this is where I'd be thinking about taking some profits. And I'm going to try to go long here. Whoa, wrong account. God dang it. Um, confirmation. Wait for confirmation though, if you don't want to ruin your Friday. Wait for confirmation. Okay. All right. Now SPX. I want to take a 0 DTE. Man, 60 maybe to 70. We have 23,000 on the volume for 7,500. I mean, could this thing really rally that far? I just don't think so. I could be wrong. That's 60 points away now. 2,300. 70. What in the world? It's too much. Okay, so Iron Condor. Nice. All right, I got two of these, guys. Two of these. My risk is $50 and the potential return is $950 in the SPX room. Nasty reversal BJR right at supply zone, my friend. No 3-minute signal as of right now on SPX, guys. This may be one coming here soon. All right, so far high or low. You do have the 5-minute cloud at 74.82 on ES futures. You guys want, I can turn the cloud on for SPX, but I've been taking it off because I feel like it creates too much um, actually I think I took it all the way off. Huh. Give me 1 second here. All right, there's the shotgun long. The risk is 13 points, guys. So what I would do is wait for this candle, if you can, wait for the candle to come back to decrease that risk to where you're happy and then try to take a trade. You know, I'm already long from the aggressive approach off the line. And I did it with a credit spread. That way my risk is really small. I can't believe they only gave me 25 cents here. I guess they're thinking the market's going to go down. So trading bands. Let's do that. Okay, there we go. See, now it's pulling back, so your risk is actually less. Let's see, 45 to 38. So it's 7 points now. That's how I do it. If it's too wide, I wait for that candle to roll over a little. And then if I still like the setup, I'll take the trade. At least I have less risk. But again, guys, I don't want to sit here and micromanage 3-minute candles. So I'm gonna say money's made for this morning. We closed out so many good trades. And like I'm very like thankful for that. And I think we just kind of sit back and enjoy the ride and see what happens. And we'll talk about it, you know, as it develops. But for right now, I am going to, let's see, let's come over here. 23.95, 24, really? Huh, okay. I actually might add some more if I can get them cheaper. I think that's what I'll do. Add to position. Yes. How much did I get for these? SPX realm. 475. Let me see if I can get 485. I might be able to get 485. So I'm trying to add more to this, and it'd be 85, 95. It'll only be $15 a contract, guys. So your risk is so small. And if we get a rally at the end of the day back towards the PMZ, this would be awesome. If we don't, that's okay too. It's just a small loss. I hope you guys aren't in shock. We hit the supply zone to the tick. You should be happy right now. This thing is pretty wild, if you ask me. Okay, I see, I see. 3 minute is now a short setup. Way down here. It's not at a level for me, so I'm not doing anything. Come on, give me fill, man. Oh man, short it and got out too. Yeah. Well. Oh yeah. I need to buy back my short side on Apple. So did Apple start going up? Not really. I was kind of curious. These are only 5 pennies. There's no way that this comes back. All right, and let's look at Amazon. Same thing. Amazon. 270. Holy mollies. No way this is going down to 212. All right. Settle down. Settle down. Did I get filled on the SPX yet? Come on. Happy Friday, everybody. That's why they say don't lose your ass on a Friday trying to catch a knife, right? Use those stops if you're trying to go long and just repeat. Repeat. Okay, that support, it worked for about a few minutes. We're going to take that off, okay? We're going to take that support line off. We're going to keep our fingers crossed. Come on, baby. Also, there may be towards the end of the day, I may need to pick up the boat, say around, I'm hoping the boat will be ready around 4 o'clock or so. We could meet over at the Orr house. I said or, okay, just so everybody knows. It's not what you thought I said. And I think I got filled. Yep, 485. Yeah, it is a crazy drop. It's recorded. We know what you said. It is a crazy drop, but you know, we had things to be thankful for, like selling the butterfly for 410 bucks, and you could have made even more if you just waited a few seconds. So that is a positive. That is a positive, right? I hope it's a positive. You guys are hard to please in the SPX room, man. Send you alerts. I think I've won 5 out of 7 this week. And that doesn't even count the XSP that we took live. You guys are hard to satisfy, man. All right, let's see. We are, ooh, yeah, baby. I actually have an iron fly going that could become profitable if we keep dropping. We're almost there. Somebody call HR, seriously. Somebody. I'm over this. So, Jeff, I mean, it's a cheap shot, man. If we can go bid in here at some point, this is ridiculous, man. Is oil climbing, guys? Is that what's happening? Here, I'm gonna move this out of the way just for a second. We got bigger fish to fry. Who's ready to short oil? Let's see. Oh man, it already happened under the PMZ, baby. I'm gonna short up here if we get a bounce. Damn. We should start going big pretty soon, man. That's crazy. Let's go short 85.43. About right there. Oh, wrong account. Settle down, Missy. Wait, the PMZ is actually right here. $85.68. There we go. Go short there. And we could go all the way to 92. SPX, those little small credits are going to mess up the PL for a while because they're deep in the money. So, all right, we are getting closer to our next area. Let's see, I'm going to pull up the SPX. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Come on, baby. The good times roll. Man, I ain't afraid. Not up in here. Not up in here. Let's close flat today. Mm-hmm. Let's close flat. So we got 30 points to go up. Come on, baby. You guys ever heard George Michael? Gotta have faith. I got a little bit. I got a little bit, not a whole lot. Look how the levels are reacting. Not very good. We're gonna take this one off. Now we're gonna get to the next one. Might be one of those days, man. Cut through like butter. Wild. Somebody say something. What was the catalyst? It's Friday, don't lose your ass. Is that what the catalyst was? Inside and down right there. Boop. At first it looked like it was gonna be something. I'm hoping I could pick up the boat today. I'll check in with them and see what time. But I have to take Chloe to the Navy base for her ID around 1 o'clock today. So I'm kind of stuck until tonight. Well, I took off my puts, I made money, and I have an iron fly that's making money while we drop here. That's the good news. And the other good news is that I have spy puts on just in case this gets worse. I'm not sure what the catalyst is, but I need some water real quick, guys. Sorry. Come over here just real quick. I need to look at coin. Coin's a disappointment. Down 14% today at 139. But it's right into support. Also looks like it's about dead. Could push up towards 209. Possible setup here. Now, I would be at a 1 minute down here with all this volatility, but you guys do you. Yep, got the entry here. Risk is 16 again. This is where the 1 minute might have paid better. Let me just look at the 1 minute real quick. Yeah, so the 1 minute you had only 8 points of risk and it fired a lot earlier and we're already hitting T1. This is where SPX room, you guys gotta, check it out. But when you're expecting volatility, like this much move down creates volatility. Like people are scared. Just think of it that way. When things are going down real fast, volatility. Things are going up really fast, volatility. Go to a 1 minute and try that out. You might be shocked, especially once you guys get this indicator in your hands. Then it's just a lot quicker and easier. Volatility, high volatility. If it's slow, I like the 3 and the 5. Um, Last fill on order futures was 7441. So we'll see what happens. I like to trim at 7457. So we'll see what happens. I do not have a stop. 7441. Looking for 7457. No stop. And I'm okay with that. I will hold it over the weekend if I have to. But SPX, you did hit the first target here. It got like a pretty big pullback there. Um, Silverback, are you in here by chance? Okay, cool, cool. I was gonna send you a DM real quick, just like a private message. Just had a question to ask you, if that's okay. On candle offset. Okay. Banner text size. Yeah, I think that's what I've looked at. Watch. Let me see. Let me just see. Um, show banners on candle label offset banner. Oh, that's why. Duh. I hit the wrong one. You're right. You're right. My bad. There we go. Now I can see. Blind man says, now I can see. Thanks, man. Jesus. You just blew 3 accounts. How did you do that? Huh? How'd you blow 3 accounts? No stops? Oh, man. When you say 3 accounts, are you trading prop firms? Don't you have to have stops in for prop firms? Don't they have like some kind of rule where you have to have stops? Ugh. I'm actually positive from buying at 7.4, buying here. Did you use the levels here? Because the last entry was right here. This was a nice trade. Are you on a you can have a mental stop? I got you. So you didn't take this one down here at this level at 74.28? Did you try to take that level? By the way, we just hit 57, guys. So I trimmed. Here it is right here. You can have a mental stop. So you mentally got out or what? It usually works out. I was sending my nephew off to Atlanta this morning, so my attention. Oh, I got you. It does usually work out. It would have worked for you right here, man. Were you long MES? Is that what you were doing? Were you long on MES? By the way, this SPX is kicking butt, guys. You're almost the target. This risk on here. This was the 1 minute. So if I go to the 3 minute, your risk was down here at 16 points. I could keep it on the three. What do you guys want in the SPX room? Because I'm gonna leave soon. What do you guys want in the SPX room? Do you want 3 minutes? What do you want? Let's see. Oh, MNQ. Yeah, MNQ is a little bit harder, man. Like I said, 333. I got you. Okay, cool. Okay, you have your own charts. Cool. All right, I'll keep it on the three. Did anybody take this signal? I'm kind of curious. If anyone took this signal, I'm kind of curious. Um, how did you do it with a 16-point loss? How'd you do it? Did you take a little bit more out of the money? Because remember, that's how I'm thinking. If the risk is this high, I'm doing just a tad bit more. Yeah. You just, oh, AJ, you did MES. Got you, got you, got you. That's cool. Mel's got you well trained. Good. That's awesome. Nice, nice. The GP worked really well. Not gonna lie. The 23.6 and 38.2. 23.6 worked for about 7 points or so. 38.2 got smashed. The 50 by 618 got hit. So I had a spread SPX when it was at 7425 down $100. Got it. Damn. Michael, I hear you, man. You were bathing in profits, man. You forgot to look. All right, guys, it's been my pleasure. It's been fun. I hope you bought the dip. I hope you're making a little bit of money here. For those who got stopped out, I personally, if you're talking about NASDAQ, NASDAQ's hard, man. I'm not going to lie. There's this guy that I follow. I don't know him at all, but he did say something interesting. He was like, once he started, he let go of the NASDAQ and started concentrating more on the ES. He started doing way better. I just think the NASDAQ is fun when it's fun, but when you lose and you're losing, it's the blood pressure is just too high for me. Like I can't do it. Maybe I feel like if I had like a $500,000 account, then I would be a-okay. But trading just over 100,000 or so, like I don't like it. I could lose too much money too fast. So I stay away from it on the most part. I kind of get in and out very quickly, but I prefer if it were me, we can make a million reasons why you think you need to look at the NASDAQ and why you need to look at the Dow and all that kind of stuff. I'm here to tell you we can make money every single day just looking at the ES and the SPX. So personally, I don't even like having the NASDAQ on my chart. I think that the right hand side should be the SPX chart. Like the left side is ES and the middle is like MES, and that's it. But um, for you diehards that trade it, that's why we put it on here. I do not put it on here for my own rationale. So you do not need other. I'm the one that created this. I promise you. And I am telling you, you only need the ES chart to trade all of this. You probably feel like someone told you something and you feel like you have to do something, but you can trade the SPX off of this ES chart. As soon as it comes to a level, all you have to do is know what strike you want to trade in the SPX, folks. I promise you that. Okay. I understand you could look at the NASDAQ and be like, hey, it's coming to, like, it helps you sometimes. The results they're going to be too sporadic. You don't have enough data to prove to me otherwise. You just need the levels. You need to have a process. You take your trades there. You're either going to win or lose, you know. So it's make it simple, right? What is it? KISS? Is that what it's called? KISS? Keep it what? What is it? Keep it what? Simple, stupid. There you go. Keep it simple and stupid. Simple, stupid. Yeah. Yep. And I have take profits in now. I have 2 of the contracts at 415. 415. Okay. And that's going to pay for, I think that's going to pay for the entire trade. So then we'll have 2 for free. And if we nail it, bam, we get to leave Friday. Like super happy. Anyways, I'm going to cut off the camera. Cut off the camera. I'm going to cut off the audio. I need to send a couple messages out here and there. Please, as I've always asked, guys, can you please support me on X? You know, if you love, like you support us here, you're paying. You know what I mean? You support us, and I appreciate that. But if you get time, just go out, like my content. What it does is it increases the algo so that people see what we're doing here. And quite honestly, I'm trying to build the business here, guys. I'm trying to get bigger. And, we're kind of small. We're way smaller than we should be. And so the more people, more eyes on us, the more family we get to bring into the room. And obviously the more money I make. So, but it's not like I'm not teaching you how to trade and make money. So I appreciate you, and we'll talk soon, okay?